Hi, my name is Nora. My project focuses on the relationship between development along the Outer Banks and sea turtle nesting areas. While North Carolina has several species of sea turtles that nest along its coast, the most common sea turtle is the loggerhead, which is listed as a threatened species. Starting in May of each year, female sea turtles begin laying their eggs in holes in the sand on North Carolina beaches, and the sea turtles hatch between 60 to 100 days later, and it usually occurs in the evening. Studies have shown that nest density is higher on darker beaches. Light pollution coming from developed areas, such as streetlights, houses, and businesses, can confuse the hatching sea turtles, which use the reflection of the moon and stars on the ocean to orient themselves towards the water. The Outer Banks is a popular tourist location, and the line of business and beach houses spans many miles along the shore. With this increasing development comes increasing issues with light and sound pollution, trash and holes on beaches, and other potentially hazardous conditions for nesting and hatching sea turtles. To analyze the relationship between development and nesting areas, I've developed 3 questions. The first question is, what is the change in area of developed non-porous surfaces near loggerhead nesting sites along the Outer Banks near Pamlico Sound from 2001 to 2011? My second question is, how have the locations of sea turtle sightings changed along the Pamlico Sound area between 2001 to 2011? And 3, have changes in developed areas impacted locations of sea turtles in this area? Now, to figure this out, I had 4 data sources. The first one is from the Multi-Resolution Land Characteristics Consortium, where I found the national land cover data, and I used both 2001 and 2011 for that. The second one comes from the United States Census Bureau, where I found the state and county boundaries so that I could limit the size of my data. The third one is the Conservation Gateway, where I found the sea turtle nesting area. And the fourth one is the National Centers for Environmental Information, where I found data on sea turtle sightings along the coast. So the first step for analyzing my data was to figure out which areas in North Carolina are developed. To do that, I looked at the NLCD guide, and that shows me which areas are different types of developed areas. So that is for 21, 22, 23, and 24. These are developed open space, developed low intensity, developed medium intensity, and developed high intensity. So all of these areas include some sort of developed non-porous surfaces. To try and make my map easy to read, I extracted just those developed areas and compared the 2001 land cover and the 2011 land cover. So I did that by using the extract by attribute, and that gave me 2 different pieces of data. Once I had that, I had to limit it to just the Pamlico Sound area because that's the area that I was interested in. Once I found the area that I was interested in, I put the 2 on my map so I could see the orange area is the 2001 data for developed areas, and then the dark red is the 2011 data. And once I put them on top of each other, I was able to see how the 2001 developed areas had changed by the time 2011 rolled around. And once I had that, it was important to find just the developed areas that were within several miles of the sea turtle habitat. So I did that with my loggerhead nesting area, and I only did about 3 miles because that's going to be probably the closest area that we need to look at. So once I put it all together, I put all of my data onto my web map, and this is how it turned out. So you can see that there are certain areas that are more developed than others, and those areas are depicted based on how close they are to the nesting areas, and the nesting areas here are in blue. So after analyzing the change in developed areas near sea turtle nesting sites from 2001 to 2011, I found that while there was an increase in development, it was not a very significant amount. With this in mind, I don't expect to find a significant relationship between increased development and locations of sea turtle sightings, but we'll find out in the rest of my project. Thanks for listening.